It don't feel like it's going nowhere. I'm leaving. I'm bored. This relationship is boring. We're not doing nothing. The excitement is gone. I have to go. I get bored easily. You're not, what are you doing? Good morning. What are you doing? Good morning. What are you doing? Get the fuck out my face. Go, what are you doing? Good morning to the next bitch. Now I'm bored. Bitch, you bore me to death. We're not talking about a motherfucking thing. You're not talking about making no money. You're not talking about going on a trip. You're not talking about investing into some stock. You're not talking about nothing exciting to me. You're not talking about nothing productive. Nigga, what are we doing? You wasting my time, and my time is precious. I just want something that just keeps me wondering what's gonna happen tomorrow. What's gonna happen the next day? I'm excited to see you. Bitch, you don't excite me. Fuck.
I honestly don't know if y'all can relate, but I just cannot do the surface level conversations with people, or even I can't be around people anymore if you're not going to mentally stimulate my brain. If you're not mentally stimulating me and emotionally too, what are we doing? Like, I can't do relationships like that anymore because I'm such a deep person and I can give deep connections and informations and stuff like that, have deep talks. But I'm not about to be the only one doing all the yapping because I know what I can talk about and say way or another. I just can't do relationships that are surface level anymore. Like, and honestly, I'd rather go into 2025 being alone and staying to myself as much as possible until I can find people where we have meaningful conversations and deeper connections. Like, you guys, we have so many things to talk about in life, spirituality, growth, how to make money, how to better ourselves in lives, positive shit. But you can't stimulate my brain at all. That's how I know we can be compatible, if you can stimulate my brain. At this point, I don't even care how much money you have. I don't care how good looking you are. I don't care if you're not stimulating my brain. I don't care. I don't care who you are. Stimulate my brain, and then we can talk about you being in my space a lot. Because at the same time, if you don't have nothing deep to talk about, what are you doing? Like, go pick up a book. Go watch some informational YouTube videos. Like, go connect with yourself, with nature, so you can find out all the answers of this world that's already in you.
All right, man, let's talk. So, this woman was pretty much telling the truth. With a lot of women get bored in relationships, and a lot of the guys that they talk to, they are always in toxic relationships. Always in toxic relationships because they're fun. And a lot of times, and hit the link in the description, join the Patreon. Women love to chase. A lot of women love to chase, and the women who no longer love to chase, they usually older women, bro. They're usually older women who got tired of chasing and now they want to settle down. But what they don't really realize is their best years, their younger years are their best in prime years. So, when they're ready to settle down, they just got to find a guy that likes older women, which really, honestly, is no shortage of, guys who like older women. It's just that those women don't really want those guys. That's the wild thing about it. Those women really don't want those guys. So, when we had these conversations, women, you gotta kind of either really be a guy who's the life of the party and really socially inclined and like doing stuff. And the thing about women always like to do stuff. When they say they homebody, especially when they're young, they're never really young homebodies. No, they like to be out. They like to go out. They like to spend money. They like to spend money on brunches. And when they get a guy, they think they can use you as a resource, to do stuff with and all that other stuff. So it's, it's kind of an interesting ball game when you come to it. But you don't necessarily have to be, how can I say it? You don't necessarily have to be doing stuff all the time, but sometimes you have to be, the life. Sometimes you have to be the life of the party. And that's just the God honest truth. Sometimes you have to be um sometimes you have to be the life of the party. Sometimes you have to be the entertainment. Sometimes you gotta make jokes. You gotta be fun. You gotta be fun to be with. Sometimes y'all might be sitting there and you kind of just gotta, be that spark plug. Women want men to, really, it's not talked about. They want you to lead socially. They want you to be the fun. Every now and again, maybe more occurring than a blue moon. But every now and again, you meet a woman that's just fun to be around. They funny, y'all click really well, and those women don't really last long on the dating market. Women that's actually funny, or y'all got great chemistry, not boring, open minded to do things that you like to do. But y'all got great chemistry. Those women tend to get wifed up, even if they hoes. You know what I'm saying? I say that all the time. Hoes be the coolest ones. But women who really got a lot of really good personality, those women are gems. Even if they're a little heavier or they're a little bit on the less attractive side, women with great personalities are always gonna usually find a husband or have a boyfriend all the time, all the time. But they get bored, and a lot of women, it's just the same old thing. He work, he do this, and you got to create memories with jokes, and kids create memories, and you kind of got to keep her on her toes. Send her some money for lunch. Surprise her with this or surprise her with that. Oh, surprise that you cooking for her. It's like you kind of, if you ain't a spontaneous person and you don't have a creative mind, the modern woman is really, really hard to, the modern woman is really, really hard to, really, really hard to deal with, to keep honest. It is. They want to go out and see something else or do something else, but you know, in a relationship, they think fighting and arguing and, yelling and screaming and going back and forth, that's the remedy for them, like Hennessy. But, you just gotta, you don't always have to spend money, but you just gotta be creative in the relationship. But hey, peace.
A healthy relationship is boring. Like, your relationship is not always supposed to be constant fun, constant deep conversations. Like, that is not how a healthy relationship works. And that's simply because we're human. There are times where we genuinely just need to shut off, even from our partners, and that is completely okay. I think we need to get that understood, right? Because if you're in a place where you constantly need energy, you constantly need deep conversation, you constantly just need something, then like you're not ready to settle down in a committed relationship, because that is what comes with it. A healthy relationship, may I add, because you're not going to always have something to say. There are going to be times where it feels boring. And I've even had to grow and learn that myself with being in a relationship, because I also used to be the type of person where I felt like I always needed to have deep conversation. But like, it's okay. Like, you're not going to always have something to say simply because you know that person, especially if you have been with them for so long. There are genuinely just going to be things that you have nothing to talk about today. You may have something to talk about tomorrow, but it's okay if there is absolutely nothing to talk about. Like, you're constantly going to be in this searching for like a high if you're in a place where like you're not okay with being bored in your relationship. You're always going to be just looking for that fun, that excitement, and you're just never going to be able to find a relationship to settle down in, because you're just going to be chasing a high that's just never going to end.